What's going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome back to the ICP. This is going to be the Week 6 battle. We're going up against Mario B, good buddy of mine, been friends for quite some time now. But this is kind of a really pivotal week, because with this game, if I win, I'm sitting at 4-2, which is a really good spot for playoffs. If I lose, then I'm sitting at a really bad spot for playoffs, because there's a lot of teams at 3-3. But specifically, with this game in particular, I had to come up with some pretty fire stuff. So this is one of my more creative teams. I'm not going to take any credit for the fire sets. I'm going to give all of the glory in the world to Team Knots TV for this one, because I kind of mentioned that I like a certain Pokemon offensively, but I don't really know how I feel about it otherwise. He mentioned that he did too. We went back and forth on it, but either way, let's just go ahead and hop into the team. This week, the win con is going to be Well Duck. The P2. What a good name. What a good name. This is going to be the main way that I want to win. I have enough speed to be able to outspeed Tapu Koko at +2. I believe I also have enough speed to outspeed... It might just be Tapu Koko speed creeping something on my team. I outspeed their entire team aside from Scarfers with this, basically. I have enough Spadef investment to be able to live 3 Thunderbolts. I have enough defense investment to be able to live a Choice Banded Close Combat from Haxorus from full to be able to agility up to then be able to click Ice Beam versus it. I have enough attack investment to be able to 2-shot literally everything on their entire team and 1-shot most things. It is a phenomenal win con. It can even win upon team preview depending on their team. Like if they don't bring Haxorus, and like let's say they bring Maractus plus Slowbro over their final 2 mons, right? So if they have Tapu Koko, Moltres, Crocodile, Kartana, Maractus, Slowbro, this thing can win on team preview, which is kind of wild to think about, but it's phenomenal versus them. Absolutely phenomenal. Loved it in concept, loved it when building it, and I'm really excited to use it. The next one is kind of going to be a secondary win con, and that's going to be Cat, the Sylveon, sub Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Mystical Fire with Cute Charm. I don't need to have Pixelate because I'm not running a normal move, but this thing has enough Spadef to where at -1 special attack, all of their special attackers are not able to break my sub. That includes Tapu Koko's Thunderbolt if it's modest. That includes Timid Hurricane from Moltres. That includes Psyshock and Psychic and Scald from Slowbro. It lives all of them with its sub, and I'm able to set up on them. I have 2 ways of ensuring that I can get that sub or to get to the +1/-1. I can Mystical Fire them to get them to -1, or I can Calm Mind up to get to +1 myself. If I'm able to get up to +6 and I have their Moltres out of the way, this thing just wins as well. And in order to do that, I needed a little bit of things taken care of, and this was the original set that we came up with that I was like, okay, I have a really easy way to get around this, and that's what I'm going to talk about next, and that's going to be my Scizor. Scizor with the protective pads to be able to not ever get flame bodied whenever clicking U-turn, but also I don't have to worry about... I don't know why I'm saying also. I don't have to worry about Rocky Helmets, which I guess the Slowbro could be, but Slowbro should never be coming in on this thing. So their only real switch into Scizor is going to be their Moltres. So if I can click Toxic the first time, get that Toxic off on it, and I'm able to ensure that it's dead, it can't just stay alive forever without using rest, then my Sylveon can actually set up on it 1v1 and it can beat it 1v1, which is kind of nuts to think about. Really cool. But as long as I get that Toxic off, I'm good. So that was the first 3 things that we did. And then the next thing that I really wanted is I wanted Thundurus. I'm bringing a bulky Thundurus this week with a little bit of special attack investment. The attack investment is to be able to ensure that Incinerate always KOs the Kartana, as well as ensuring that the Thunderbolt is always going to 2-shot the Moltres. Those are the 2 main things that I really wanted this thing to do. But with Defiant, I can prevent Defog, but also with Defiant, their only ground type in Crocodile can boost up my U-turn. I wanted to have a superpower to be able to blow that thing back, but I couldn't fit it on the set. I needed to have Defog in case they bring Spike Stack versus me, because I do think Spike Stack is pretty good versus this team. But I also needed to have these other moves. I really needed to have these moves, and I think if I took any one of these moves off, I would have been hurting myself in the long run. But next up, we have a set that I actually changed last minute. And when I say last minute, I mean very last minute. If Mario ends up making playoffs, I'm not going to say what the other set was. I don't think he's having the best season, so there's a chance he might not, but it's Mario. He's like last season's champ. He can always come back. But I wanted to have something that could switch into Hawlucha, that could switch into something like Haxorus, could switch into Tapu Koko, and kind of just be a bulky pivot and pivot around, because I was really missing that on this team. So I went with Fizdef Mew with the Colbur Berry, U-turn, Soft Boil, Foul Play, Thunderbolt. Foul Play is there specifically for the Haxorus to ensure it can never DD up on me, and then Thunderbolt is there because it hits their team very, very hard outside of that, and I don't have a way to hit Crocodile because if they come in, I'm clicking U-turn anyway, and then I'm going to drop in my Duck, or I'm going to drop in my designated lead this game, which is going to be my Seismitoad. I have Knockoff, Scald, Protect, and Stealth Rock. I have enough special attack investment to make sure that Dazzling Gleam from Modest Coco is never a 3-shot. But I'm minus... I hate when I do this. I hate whenever I do this. Like, it shouldn't be this, it should be this. But I'm stupid, so I didn't. Never agent in the team. It's not worth it. Either way. Knockoff and Scald are really, really good versus them. If I'm able to knock off booties, I'm very happy. If I'm able to Scald things and burn things, I'm also very happy. I have Protect for a couple of different reasons. One, if they lead off with Moltres and their Power Herb Solar Beam, I want to be able to waste it. If they're Grass Knot on their Coco, I want to be able to waste it. If they are like first impression Choice Banded Haxorus, I want to be able to bring this thing in, click Protect, waste the first impression, and then get another free Scald off on something. So that was kind of my mindset with everything. But yeah, this team is a lot of fun. I really like it. I really like this P2. I'm hoping it can win. And I also really like Thundurus. Thundurus has actually been one of my favorite mons to use this season, and I'm drafting it again. I've decided I'm drafting it again. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and let's get over to the battle. Alrighty guys, we're here against MarioBee. Make sure you guys go check him out. His links are down in the description below. Really good friend of mine, really good friend of mine, fellow Prep City member. I think I got my land situation sorted out. I'm not 100% sure at this point, but I had so many awful battles on land that I'm just praying that I get it to work. If you skipped over the team builder, we're bringing an Agility Offensive P2, Subcalm Mind, Sylveon, Fizdef Mew with Foul Play and Thunderbolt, Fizdef Mixed Defensive Seismitoad, Bulky Defiant Thundurus, and then Bulky Protective Pads Toxic Scizor. Okay. So I think that my designated lead here is going to be my my Frog, because if he leads off with Cart, I have my Scizor to be able to U-turn on it, then drop in my Thundurus and beat it. If he leads off with Coco, I can live a Modest Grass Knot 25% of the time. If he leads off with Moltres, I Protect for Power Herb Solar Beam. If he leads off with S-Cab, I can live a Close Combat. Iron Head, Mega Horn, I can live whatever. So I think that's just going to be my general good lead that I'm hoping for, at least. That is the goals. I'm really nervous because if we win this game, I'm playing this game pretty late. Like it goes up Friday, we're playing it Tuesday. And realistically, if I win this, I'm 4-2 and I'm looking really good for playoffs. I just need to win one more to like mostly guarantee it. If I lose this, I'm lumped in with the large group of people that are 3-3, which is less than ideal. But yeah. I'm hoping he leads off with Crook. Like that would be best case scenario, because then I can fire off a free Scald, and Scald is very, very free versus them. It's very, 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 very free. Let's see, he leads off with Piggy Man. He leads off with Lucha. I wonder why. My Scald does break sub. I'm gonna click Stealth Rocks because I don't really think there's too much this thing can do to me. At least I don't think so. I could be crazy, but I'm not sure. Goes for Brave Bird. Let's see how much this does. Does a lot. Okay. Get some rocks. Now what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna protect. Get a little bit of lefties back. Then I'm gonna go into my Mew. Goes for Brave Bird, that's cool. He's choice banded. Yeah, he's choice banded. So I'm gonna go just hard into my Mew, I think. Because even my Mew is 2-shot, that's the issue. My P2 2-shot? Yeah, everything is 2-shot by this thing. But by doing this, I forced him to take a lot of recoil by doing this. And I'm pretty sure he's adamant choice banded. He could be jolly, but I'm pretty sure he's adamant. That did 50 on the dot. Right, I'm at 102. This thing is here pretty much for this. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go for soft boiled in case he doesn't get the really good roll. But I'm pretty sure he's adamant, choice banded. I do have a decent shot at living this. I do not. That's unfortunate. But that is now very weak. So I'm going to go into my Thundy. This thing does outspeed me. Brave Bird is doing 58%, which is less than ideal. Wait, I did them 3. It's me 3. And I'm going to click U-turn here because, like, I get that this thing is intended to break down my team. He stays in. Okay. Now versus Scizor. I'm going to send in my Scizor because I can bullet punch and I'll be fine. Like, he'll take 18% recoil here. Man, this thing is just shredding. Okay, so that thing goes down to recoil. That's good. And I still have a lot of the pieces that I need. Primarily, I still have my P2, which is phenomenal. This thing is booties. And I think I'm going to go hard into my Thundurus. Thundurus versus, what's this Pokemon called? Moltres. Goes for Defog. That's cool. He's going to raise my attack by 2 stages. I'm going to be at +3 if the thing comes in. The, what's that Pokemon called? Crocodile. U-turn is a chance to kill if they're offensive. I don't think they're going to want to stay in here. I really don't. This thing is really good for Scizor. He kind of needs it for Scizor. I'm hoping he goes into Crocodile. Goes into Coco. Okay, that's also fine. So U-turn should be doing about 25%. And then I think what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to go into my P2. Maybe. Or do I want to go into my cat? I think I want to go into my cat. And reason being, I can get off a Draining Kiss, get off a good amount of health. They are pretty bulky, so I'm actually going to go for Mystical Fire first. Because if they go into Moltres, then what I'm able to do is I'm able to switch in a little bit easier to it. And if they go into their Moltres, whatever. Ooh. Fine by me, brother. Do I pop the Akka? I do pop the Akka. Cool. I get a crit. That sucks. I'm sorry, brother. He looks to be very offensive, judging by that damage. Or no, he's very Spadef based off of that damage. A crit Mystical Fire through Akaberry. He's like max Spadef. That means without the crit and without the Akaberry, I should kill. I do 56 to 67 to max Spadef. I'm gonna go for another one. Sorry, I usually don't like taking that long to calc, but I needed to. I do 56 to 67. Cool. That's gone. Wow, a second crit. I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. The first one definitely mattered. That one mattered slightly less. If he goes into Kartana, which is kind of what I'm expecting him to go into. He goes into Kartana. God. Crocodile. Okay. This is what I can set up against with my P2. I'm gonna go for a Draining Kiss. Because Offensive Earthquake I can live 2 after a Draining Kiss. And if he went for Knock, he could get Cute Charmed. Yeah, that looks to be pretty offensive. It's going down to 71. Looks like it's Adamant Scarfed. I get another crit? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for these crits. I'm so sorry, brother. Because I know he's locked into Earthquake, I'm going to go hard into my Thundurus. I don't know he's locked, but I know for sure he's Adamant. And I don't think he's going to go for Knockoff here. I don't think he would go for Stone Edge either, if I'm being honest with you. My Thundurus has a phenomenal endgame matchup with this. He does stay in. Hopefully he goes for another Earthquake. Goes for Knock. Good play. I'm going to go for a U-turn here. It does kill. The only bad thing would be is if they go into Moltres, which... it's honestly not the worst thing in the world, because I can go into my Sylveon and I can kind of set up on it. Just don't burn me. Like, that would be less than ideal. Nice. I'm gonna go into my Toad here. And I really just want to click Scald, I think. Hurricane doesn't kill me after a Protect. But that's if it's offensive. And my Thundurus U-turn did about what offensive should be. I'm going to click Protect. Because worst case scenario, I get up a little bit more health and I'm out of range of a Hurricane. Goes for U-turn, that's cool. Seismitoad. I think I'm gonna just fire off a Scald. Because if I'm able to burn the Coco on the income, that would be great. He goes for U-turn again, that's cool. Down to 97. Got 46, I'll be up to 52, I'll be up to 58 after a Protect. Went into Cart. He's speed boosting Cart. Lumberry speed boosting Cart. I'm gonna go directly into gonna go directly into my Thundurus here, because I think my Thundurus lives a Leaf Blade. So my Scald did less than 25%. He has to be max HP for that. Yeah. So that means my Thundurus, Leaf Blade. Oh my! I think I died to it. But if he goes for that, I can go into my P2. I can set up and I can win. I think that's what I'm gonna do. If he goes for SD here, that's fine. Yep, cool. That's good. That's really good. Now my Thundurus, I outspeed Kartana guaranteed. I can go for an Incinerate. That's so good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I knew, oh man, I didn't know he would be speed boosting Cart, but the second that I saw that that Scald did so little, I knew it was speed boosting Cart. I knew it. He's calculating Thunderbolt right now. Thunderbolt does not KO. It does 44 to 52. However, Incinerate does. He's gonna withdraw. That's good. Goes into Hot Booty. That's good. I think I kill this. I'm gonna go for a Thunderbolt. If I don't kill this, I bring in my P2, I set up, and I can win. If he goes into Crook, I can U-turn out on this. Because I did see that I outsped this thing. Incinerate, unfortunately, does not kill it. Otherwise, I would go for it. I'm gonna go for the U-turn here. If he goes into his Moltres, I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna win. Not win for sure, but he's gonna struggle for it. Doesn't get the burn, that's good. I'm gonna go into P2. I agility up. If he goes for Toxic here, that's okay. Goes for Mystical Fire. I still think that's okay. Is that neutral? I'm doing 60, and then at the -1, I'm doing 40 to this thing. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt. Yep. Does he roost? He does not. He clicks Mystical Fire. This thing is gone, which is phenomenal. Versus max HP Kartana, I still two-shot. If he goes into... if he goes into Croak, I click Ice Beam next. He also just powered up my Thunderbolt. Okay. What I'm gonna do here... I think I'm gonna sack off my Scizor. The reason why I'm sacking off my Scizor is because I can get in my P2 again, and I can what's it called? I can set up again. If I had rocks up, this would be a much easier game. kind of want to bullet punch this thing. Because if he kills me, he's in range of a bunch of different attacks. Actually, I'm going to U-turn. Yep. We'll do 15% or so. Cool. Now I'm going to go into my Seismitoad. And I'm going to click Scald again. Because now they really don't have a free switch into it now that their Kartana has burned their Lumberry. Now that their Lumberry is burned, like if I burn that thing is completely useless. I'm going to click Scald. Goes for the U-turn. Go into Kartana, please. Go into Kartana. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. If I can get the burn here, I'm not worried. Don't get the burn. So here's my idea. I still want to save this thing, but I think I'm going to make the exact same play into this. Because if he goes for a Leaf Blade, I think I live it for one. Yep, cool. Perfect. And I'm actually going to fire off a Thunderbolt. Because if they go into quite literally anything on this Thunderbolt, I get a crap ton of damage off and potentially kill something. If they stay in, I go into my P2, I set up and I win. If they go into Tapu Koko, I get off a big hit on Tapu Koko. But I think they're going to go into Moltres. No, they went into this thing again, man. Oh no, they went into Koko. Okay, good. Koko is going to be taking 27 to 33, give or take. Nice. And I kind of want to do the same thing and sack off my Scizor. Or did I just sack? I'm going to go into my cat. My Sylveon lives a Smart Strike from full. After a Draining Kiss, I don't, but the only issue is then going to be that Kartana, which my P2 deals with. With this gone, I can spam electric moves a little bit easier. I do live this Earthquake unless he crits. She does not crit, which is very, very good. I'm also very curious about what his last move on Kartana is. I'm very, very curious. Because if it's not Smart Strike, I even live a Leaf Blade from this range with Sylveon. No, I don't. Never mind. Actually, wait, he has to be this much. This is going to be difficult for sure. Like, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but my Thundurus is looking a lot better. Like, it's looking phenomenal. He's revealed to have SD, Leaf Blade, what else? I can't remember. The Moltres also revealed to not have Toxic because it went for U-Turn, Roost, Mystical Fire, and Defog. So with that being said, I don't think it can break my sub with this thing. Okay. I'm at 105. What am I at? I'm at 52. Timid Leaf Blade does 50 to 59. Smart Strike would kill, but then you'd get the speed boost. I can go into my P2, I can recover up, and I can be fine. I'm clicking Mystical Fire. Clicks Leaf Blade. He's going to kill me here, unless he gets a really bad roll, which he doesn't, which is fine by me. I mean, not fine. I wish I didn't, but does he get the attack boost, actually? He does get the attack boost, yep. So, this is why I dropped Stack Attacka. Because even though he is timid, his IVs did not transfer over properly. Which sucks. And because of that, might click U-turn first. Actually, no, this is a threat. I just need to incinerate it. Yep. Super unfortunate for Mario, man. That's super unfortunate. I think this is the first time I've seen him bring this Kartana set too. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. That really, really sucks. But he's going to go into Coco here. I still really want to keep this thing alive. I really want to keep this thing alive. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into my Seismitoad. Yeah, I'm going to go into my Seismitoad. Main reason I want to keep this thing alive is because it does break down the Moltres pretty easily. He goes for Gleam. Does this two-shot me? That is the exact reason why I dropped Stack Attacka in UBL. I'm at 63. I'm at 30%. I'm gonna click Protect. Because then I'll be at 36. And then it's a roll. Then it is a roll. And I'm gonna click Scald because I'm at 76. Yep. I'm gonna click Scald. This Modest does 38% max. If he's timid, does 35, and I live guaranteed. Do get it, which is nice. If I can get the Scald burn here, it'd be clutch as hell. I don't get it, which is unfortunate. But I can go into my Scizor after this. I can click U-turn as the Moltres comes in. Yeah, I'm gonna let my Toad go down. Yep, he goes for Gleam, kills my Toad. I go into Scizor, I click U-turn as the Moltres comes in. I'm at 63. I'm at 36%, Gleam does 21% maximum. Do I just click? I think I click Bullet Punch just to be safe. Yeah. If he goes into Moltres, I'm pads. Not that worried about it. If he stays in, I win with Thundy. If he goes hard into Moltres on this, he does stay in, which I'm glad I went for Bullet Punch then. That could have been a pretty big choke. No, I would have just agility'd up with my P2 and I would have been fine, but... Okay. I'm gonna let him kill my Scizor. because I need to, unfortunately. I'm gonna click Toxic. Clicking Toxic in case he roosts here, trying to just make it to where this thing can live a Thunderbolt. He does kill my Scizor. Then Thundy comes in and clicks Thunderbolt, and I think that is game. I think that is game. This was a phenomenal game. Really unfortunate about his Kartana. Super unfortunate about his Kartana. But like I said, if he did get the speed boost, I would have gone into my P2, I would have clicked agility, and then I would have been able to break from there. Especially because I would have gotten the special attack boost, so Ice Beam did kill from that range, even if he was max Spadef. Yeah, that was a phenomenal game. Super unfortunate about that. It definitely would have changed the whole course of the game. I'm not saying I had the game won had he gotten the correct beast boost, but I did have in plan what I wanted to do next, if that makes sense. I was kind of sort of thinking to the next step, but I also hacked the crap out of him. I got 3 crits in a row. That is absolutely insane. I haven't gotten that lucky in quite some time. However, I was quite unlucky in APA towards the end, but that's neither here nor there. With that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Make sure you guys go check out MarioBee. His links are down in the description below. But with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.